Alright. Hello, and welcome to session. We are back with another Neon Divide alternative, and apologies. I am running about an hour late right now. I can already hear a bunch of people over radio chatter, so I'm going to very quickly swap us over and get over to the corporate docks.
I also know that someone is on Avalon Radio who's not supposed to be.
There we go, there we go. Just test.
Someone is, and if they do it again, I want you to detain them for questioning.
Goodness.
You can't stop him.
It is a very loud voice.
Understood.
But I can see that the bitrate is a bit low today yet again. Apologies for that. Hopefully that does not cause any issues on stream. And I did notice that my tracking is giving me grief today, so I do have my hand plugged in, which will thankfully reduce any tracking problems from that. But
No,
not really.
with that,
just the loud crunching, in the bones.
we should be good to go.
Oh god.
Let's do that, and now let's get in there. All right. Apologies for running so late. But we're finally here. We're ready. Let me just grab a drink of tea and water. Then we'll make our way to the clinic and see what the doctor is up to. Go. Still haven't been able to take the time to figure out why these tracking issues are keeping up. I keep forgetting about it during the week. Need to make like a note for myself or something. But I think we should be good. It seems like the jitter has moved onto my left hand now, which is not as important. Alright. Also, I'm going to quickly bump up the AC just a little bit because it's a little hot in here. Excuse me. All right. Now we should actually be good to go. I'll just do one last calibrations. Then we should be good. Can see the foot is freaking out too. There, that's better. Alright, let's get in there. Enough waiting about. Welby Sloan. Welby Sloan. It's been quite a few weeks since we've had a regular session. I think this is, 3 weeks since the last session in the Undercity? There we go. I'm electing not to radio in and just walk up this time. Oh, geez, I'm going to grab one more sip of water before we run in. Still a bit peckish. There we go. Sally sells seashells down by the seashore. Sally sells seashells down by the seashore. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Right here. Let's see what this day has in store. Good day, gentlemen. The door, if you please.
Sir?
Hi, Doctor.
Good day. Mr. Frost?
Hello, Sloan. There are people upstairs.
I see. Anything that I should be aware of?
Oh no, they're right there.
We also have a new employee, Mrs. Sloan. I'm sure you would be happy to hear.
I see. Indeed I am.
If you would like to make your way upstairs to get yourself acquainted with them, I'm sure that you will find them to be very familiar. They are yours to keep your eye on from this point forward. You are to ensure that they behave accordingly.
Very well.
Indeed. Now, as for my next meeting for the day,
Good evening, sir.
Interesting. I see.
Sir Waxire. And this is Sir Branson.
Alright, what do we have in store this time? Good day.
Hello, sir.
Anything to report?
What was that?
Team, I guess.
I see. So you're the new member the doctor was referring to.
Yeah, I guess so. No idea if I should be on the radio, though. Wasn't told to be.
I suppose for the moment you can stay off of it, but welcome aboard, I suppose.
Thanks. I'm gonna need to stick around one of you at all times, it seems. And I can't use my deck unless you permit it.
Hmm.
Can you activate my computer?
Noted. Is there anything of note that I have missed in the morning proceedings?
Yes. Mr. Sloan has arrived on to site. Would you like me to debrief him, or would you like me to send him your way?
Mr. Sloan has been informed that we have a new employee. Just inform them of what she is and unable to do.
I know I installed them properly.
Understood. I shall let him know.
Thank you, Miss Odoya.
No, I think they do it on purpose. Of course I did.
I had nearly forgotten about this plotline.
I guess you got it. Take a vacation now. What do you need? If anything, or am I gonna be following people around?
Well, I believe for the moment that you can simply remain on station.
So here.
Indeed.
Can I leave?
Didn't say what you're-
Fucking painful.
Are you informed of the terms and conditions of her employment at this moment? I'm assuming that is what you just went over?
Only in part. Is there more details?
Simply, as quickly as I can, she must remain in the sights of one of us, Avalon, at all times, and that her decking can be activated by us, but will remain off, and will off for her until we deem necessary. Monitoring for good behavior. Once shown, she will be let back out.
Pain can be turned off occasionally. That'd be nice.
Unfortunately not.
Of course.
Cybernetics are fickle.
Yeah, Of course they are. I totally didn't have them set up, but it couldn't be painful. But, full activation does that, I guess.
I'd assume you're an optimal unit if you are in this much pain.
Right. I ran them efficiently. That's what I did. It's like they overclocked them. Fucking sucks. Probably testing how long they'll last. I can feel the pain. It sucks.
Right.
I need a distraction from this pain. Or at least a sit down.
For the present moment, until the doctor leaves, I want one of you to be keeping an eye on her. Understood?
Understood.
Very good. I'm returning downstairs. Hello, Lotion. Seems like this is going to turn into an interesting day already.
I mean,
Sloan, I assume you've gotten yourself acquainted?
Indeed, I have, sir.
we're gonna do a quick check to make sure.
Perfect. If that is the case, all my meetings and accomplishments have been met today in a row. I will be making my leave back towards my quarters. Is there anything else you need of me before I depart?
Something odd about it.
I don't believe so, sir, unless you have anything for me.
Go here and start bleeding.
Keep a close eye on our new employee. She's known to be rebellious.
Explosive or a listening device.
Very well.
Dr. Hofstein, be advised, multiple security incident reports awaiting your review.
Damnable machines. I'll be taking my leave, Mr. Sloan. I'm leaving everything in your hands once again. I cannot allow any more failures. I'm sure you understand this.
Indeed, I do, sir. It is under control.
Of course you do. Mr. Frost?
Yeah.
BT and Hartbury, if you two were accompanying me back to my transport, we making my way out to this
I trust you can keep an eye as I see the removal of the doctor.
on your chest, BT.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Dr. Sloan in. Mr. Sloan, head of security, is he in today?
He's inside.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. If you don't mind, I'd like to squeeze past you out here.
Let him through.
You must be Mr. Sloan.
Indeed, I am.
Hoping I can
And
talk to you for a minute.
you might be.
You free? Idris. Nice to meet you. Finally.
I see.
I was hoping we could have a little bit of a discussion. I hear you're having some trouble with some ships in the wasteland.
I see. Perhaps we should head upstairs.
I'd most appreciate that for sure.
This isn't helping at all, but I'm comfortable.
After you.
Through the elevator?
Indeed.
That's just
You can't do anything
Righty. May I firstly ask if you're here on behalf of a particular group or party?
Family matters for the most part. Let's just say that my family is a little upset. A few people that may or may not be a thorn in the side of your family. I might want something from you. You might want something from me. I've heard it through some grapevine sorts of sources like that, and I figure send an olive branch.
I see. I appreciate the gesture. What did you have in mind?
Well, I understand that you might be looking for a certain employee that you may or may not have thought was getting sent off world for his actions, but in fact he's been diverted to another facility. Certain facility that you may or may not have been looking for out in the wastes.
I'm listening.
Figured you might be. So, I know where they're at, because they're at the same place. You know, you travel the sands quite frequently. And, well, someone in Scraptown, they, killed my brother. I'm gonna be frank. So I'm a
My
little
condolences.
ticked off. I understand you guys got some kind of deal going on with Scraptowners to ship them medical supplies and respond accordingly when they ask for help and such, that sort of thing. All I'm asking for is you to stop at a certain time and maybe add one package to your next shipment of medical supplies.
I see. Perhaps this could be of interest, but maybe I need a little more reassurance that it's worth it.
He'll quickly hold up a little fucking hologram pad of a little facility out in the wasteland. Is that what you're looking for?
Indeed.
Like I said, I want to help you out, but I'm going to need to make sure that I get helped out. I can give you this chip right now, and you'll have all the information you'll need. And that's the same location where you'll find that sumbitch that beat up the trusted doctor that you had here for a little while. I don't know the particulars. My source was just kind of listening through the grapevine on all things out in the wasteland, you understand, and your transmission happened to pop up. I also know that you've had some dealings with bandits. I'll be honest, that was my brother. He's dead now, and you have my assurances that those shits won't be touched. I got no grievances with Avalon. I got grievances with Scraptown, that's it.
The only area where I can see this being an issue is that the next time Scraptown is under duress, that will be the first time we need to answer their distress call, and I'd prefer not to be failing on the first try.
Why?
We have a reputation to keep
Why
up,
do you give a
and
shit?
if the first step...
I have a reputation. Come on now, don't bullshit me. Don't piss on my leg, tell me it's wrong. They're about to change hands of government. Everybody that fucking cared about you is gone. Everybody you gave a shit about is about to be moving on. And if that all didn't go right, well, you ain't gonna have to worry about anybody breathing down your fucking neck.
Perhaps I do see a way that this can work. Technically, that deal is not in place yet, so if you act quickly...
You really think Scraptown's gonna hold up their end of shit? You think they ain't already trying to figure out how they can screw your ass over? At least when I'm gonna stab you, it might be in the front. But I don't have no plans to stab you, so here we go.
Very well, we have a deal.
Wonderful. He'll shake your hand, and he'll leave that little chip in it where he left it, right in the middle of your palm. Like I said, I'll get you the crate. All I need you to do is hand over those crates to them just like it's a normal delivery. You can even still look like you're doing what you're supposed to do. All I ask is you don't open that crate, because if you do, well, whoever does is not gonna have a good day.
I see the point. Very well.
Wonderful. If all things go well, I might also have the location of some missing property that you might be interested in, but I gotta see how that goes.
Very well. But, of course, I'm
Glad we
sure
had
you...
this talk, Mr. Sloan.
Indeed, but I'm sure you understand that before you leave, I do need to make sure that this is legitimate.
Of course.
Does everything seem to check out?
Can you cross-reference it? Yeah, it gives you coordinates to a little facility out there. One that's not on the books. It certainly seems to fit the description of exactly what you're looking for. You see it comes with some pictures of Hofstein's men coming in and going. You also see the very large guard that assaulted Dr. Harper has been hired on at the facility as a form of their own security.
Very good. I'm quite happy.
Told you. Wonderful. By the way, I'm sure I don't need to say it, but this little conversation was, I had a tummy ache.
Of course. Your average checkup.
Of course.
Unexpected. The business. Thank you for choosing Avalon.
Alright.
Do take care.
Yeah, no problem. So, Pepto-Bismol twice a day. I wake up in the morning and before I go to bed.
Just follow the instructions on the bottle.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Do take care.
Tex?
Seems he's still missing a bet.
Good day, Elliot.
I dropped off some supplies for you. Needed a...
No, it's right here.
Actually.
I see.
Hmm.
I appreciate the donation.
I don't really need it, and also it's to kind of warm up the situation. I need to go get my arm checked for nerve damage to prevent it.
I'll take care of it personally.
I know you're much of a nurse ever since, but
I know a few things.
I mean, maybe I still have my arm. I don't want to have matching ones with you. As interesting as that may sound as a proposition.
Well, I can at least assure you that this wasn't self-inflicted.
I'm glad. Just don't stick your arm in blenders.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Also, don't stick your arm in gyro engines. If you think something. You're seeing somebody, a pilot, lose their arm that way too. Oh no, the engine's jammed. What are we gonna do? Just pull the damn debris out. And, spun up once it was unstuck. Off she goes.
Righty. Go ahead and have a seat. Now, do we need a pink for this, or is it just flavor?
The flavor. Basically, I have burn wounds I need to get treated, and from the slag gun that I got hit and technically used. So there should, like, the shattered bones should be mostly healed, I guess. But that could be treated. I was in a sling for a little while, and now it's just recovery, RP.
Very good. Let me run a quick scan, make sure there's no infection going on.
Better not be with the molten hot metal. Burned everything else off. Went through my armor.
You'd be surprised. Burns can sometimes be some of the easiest places to get infections.
I mean, your layer of skin is gone. I'd assume so. Easier to get in.
Thankfully, things seem to be checking out
Keep
fairly
a
well.
bodysuit.
It might be, actually, or at least in a very long time. Righty. I think just a bit of topical ointment should do a lot of the work here. Shouldn't take too long.
I mean, it's covered by my insurance. I hope it's fancy enough to do it.
Don't worry about it. Also, I need to meet with you and Johnny as soon as possible.
Oh, is that the best thing to say here?
You might be excited about this one.
You say excited, that could be relative, does it?
Righty, I think that should do it. Would you
I
like
think
any,
the Wyverns run to heat. I don't think
would you like
should
any
be
pain medication?
involving them in too much else. No, I still have some left over from the last time.
Very good. Let me know if you need anything else.
My allowance, I guess. That's about it.
Very well. I should be able to get that to you over here. Was that a large or a small stim?
Large. As you can tell by the size, it takes a little bit to get through the system.
Sometimes a little can do a lot. Don't go spending it all in one place.
It already happened. I had to use 2 of them, mostly on rigs, but on myself as well. Alright.
Hello, hi there. Come over here.
There goes the Wyverns. There's a cranial bullet wound and whatever else has happened to that lady. So there's 2 people, I guess, that needs treatment. I don't know. I'm assuming the Wyverns are going to pay for it.
Interesting.
I'm surprised you let them use your medical for that, but oh well.
I don't think they asked.
Get your attention now. Well, tell them to deny or pay up. That's your deals with the Wyverns.
Indeed. Do take care.
Alright.
Yeah, it sounds serious. You're checking them quick. That sounds really fucking bad.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Starts unwrapping the bandages.
Good day, Cassian.
Hello, we're gonna need blood. Probably synthesized. Deeper the better, really.
Recently awakened blood affinity, and something's very wrong, and they're covered and soaked in blood, and very obviously need medic attention.
I see. Very well, I'll fetch some bags.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You did synthesize it on the spot.
Do we have a prop that would be good for that? Or do we just theater of the mind? I think we'll just have to theater it. Yeah, we might have an interesting contact that is non-Scraptown affiliated out in the wastes. Magic. Yeah, we'll say that we grabbed a couple synthetic blood bags.
Did either of you ping? What's the situation? How's it going?
No, I'll ping. Ping for Jim. Right. Okay then. So. Hi. Oh, thanks. Yes.
I wasn't certain the blood type, so I grabbed one of each.
Well, that is a fair point. What is
Great
that
question. Can you just tell?
You can't identify.
What?
You can't tell blood type. It's like all of them at once, but then none at all at once. It keeps cycling rapidly. Overflow of information.
I am uncomfortable.
Why? Is the blood type worms? We've dealt with that before.
That exists. No, they have. Well, it's a good thing you brought all
worms
of
not
them.
real. I napkin knows.
It seems like it's fluctuating, and that is really worrying.
Fluctuating how?
Like,
why would you
it's all of
choose a
them.
robot arm instead of a robot eye? Right, now I see the advantages.
Right.
It's all of them.
Do you have a
But,
bigger
like,
bag?
none of them. It is all of them at once.
We could
We're gonna
try.
make jungle
Plug a
juice
U-
out of
did
blood.
you plug an IV of blood into me?
Will you be covering the
Not yet.
expenses?
Okay.
Shit, I suppose so. You guys owe me. Or you specifically owe me.
Very well.
Unless you have
Okay.
money, can you cover the expenses?
You've seen me half naked. You took all my robes off. You want a buckle? I can give you a buckle.
Why am I not surprised?
Work.
Hello, this is Zale on the radio. The residents have, came with a package delivered to Avalon. They need someone with authority to come down to receive it.
Noted. I can be down in a moment. Can I get someone up here to trade my place?
I'll be right there.
Thank you, Odolia. The Revenants have a package. Say that we've gotten a big old bowl ready that we're ready to mix the blood in. Now it'll be Catbug's turn to deal with the strangeness. If they eventually come up.
Is that out of character or in character?
Whatever's funnier for you.
No, I'm fine. She just
Oh,
in
right
character
here.
The jungle
is
juice.
a fucking
Thanks.
wreck.
Jesus.
In character. This is all in
I need to head
character.
downstairs for a moment, but Miss Odolia will be up to help you.
Okay, Slay Queen.
Appreciate it.
Likely.
No,
I
she's
bet
a fucking wreck.
We have an
It's
emergency.
okay.
Alright, okay.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry.
Please get them seated.
Put them on the table.
The unit is still here. Would you like me to receive it while you oversee this, or would you like to go down? It is a...
You can oversee the situation or take care of it.
Alright, I'm just gonna plug this in.
Understood.
Interesting. Very interesting. Good day, gentlemen. How can I help you?
Some supplies.
I see.
We need you to sign for it. Are you going to buy? I assume you're an employee here of someone of authority.
Indeed, I am managing this local branch.
Here's your package.
Right
I
here.
need you to sign here.
Looking this over, is this the package from Idris? Or do you not know?
Yes. I believe so.
I figured that would be the case. Very well. Everything looks good. There you are.
Very much.
Make sure you get it to a cool place.
Noted. Thank you, gentlemen. Do have a good day.
Alright, boys, let's move out. Back to the hideout.
We are now carrying a bomb. So apparently, Idris is working with the Revenants. Unexpected. I had suspected that might be the case, but it makes a bit more sense now.
Somebody call Jay real quick.
I'll let them catch up.
Yeah, he's busy.
I need to ask, but if you could...
He said to keep it in a cool place. I'm going to assume that it goes back here in the morgue.
Did you already look inside?
I'm assuming that this is the package from Idris, so I'm not going to open it.
No, this is not the package from Idris.
It's not. Oh, okay. So he's not working with the
Package
Revenants.
from Idris. This looks like an organ cooler.
Interesting. Then I will carefully try to open it.
Comes with like a hiss, and there's the steam of like, you know, some, looks like there's some dry ice in the bottom of it and all that good stuff. And you notice that there's organs, neatly bagged, with little, you know, they're bloody of course in some places, but they are perfectly good organs. There's a heart, there's liver, there's a set of lungs in there, gallbladder or two, a couple of kidneys.
What the? Is there any sort of like tracking indication?
Yeah, there's little QR codes on the bags.
I'd like to look up why these are here.
These are all organs that have been deemed as they are behind on their payments and due for repossession.
Ah, so bounty collection.
And you see that there is, you know, there's a couple there from, remember a while back of Jimmy John Johnson, the one guy that you pulled out of that thing that was missing a bunch of parts and stuff? And
I vaguely recall.
Yeah. There you go. It's like you got some repo men doing some independent work for you.
Very interesting indeed.
And it's all legit from higher ups.
I'll note it down in the inventory. Make sure it's taken care of. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Curious indeed.
Please try to get into it. And a lot of photos. Luckily, all of them have.
Yeah, well, that comes with the territory. Nothing I ain't used to.
I have his brother down in the lobby. He is also injured but refusing treatment at this moment due to low fund charges. Unsure if he would like me to support any pressure on that or to leave it be.
Tell him to come upstairs. I'll speak with him.
I would, but he's refusing to remove any weapons.
This is my first time playing her.
Right. I'll take care of it then, thank you.
This is my first time playing her.
And how is he doing?
Understood. He will make it. It was a very, very dire situation, shrapnel and such. But he will make a recovery from what we can tell.
Very well done.
Okay.
You should tell them.
And Cassian, everything looking good here?
I'm not sure what I got, but I
Right. Let me know if you need assistance.
How, you know.
Sorry?
You have a quiet space.
I suppose we could move you to a bed on the other side of the facility.
That could be useful.
If
that is alright.
Indeed. I'll leave you to Cassian's discretion.
Sure. Yeah, we can head over. Yeah, do you want to be princess carried now? Oh.
And where is brother?
Benjamin?
I'm pretty sure I can pay for it. Also, I need your, technically, I don't know if you have a habit of going around, folks. I need you to disable that gate so I can actually set up what needs to be
Mr. Riggs?
Since I'm the facilitator of the arena.
Mr. Sloan. Fine tidings.
Would you be willing to come with me?
I would be able to. Are you sure it's alright though? I'm still carrying guns on me. Skunk lady didn't want me to bring him upstairs.
And what if I give you my promise that we'll get him back to you?
Attention, row 32. In approximately 30 minutes, Shimetsu will have a special presentation at the arena. Don't miss out on your chance to win free Shimetsu tech.
Interesting.
That's a strange proposition.
This one stays on me, though. You can have those two.
All allowed. Could you get the door to it?
Don't need 3. Which door? Yeah, the back door.
Storage.
Do I have access to the store? I mean,
You do have temp
I'm not gonna say
access.
no.
It's part of your contract.
Wonderful. Well, if Lead's gonna front the bill, I suppose I'll hold on to it for now. But
You get the rest of the greed technically should be using. Not particularly a gift, is something he didn't get in his share of courses.
I did. We have a wounded man.
we'll
Please make way.
discuss that in a minute.
Up the elevator if you would.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get this finished before you do what you do.
Good day, Sarah.
I have a little bit of information when you're available.
Very well. I have to tend to some injuries first, but I'll be down shortly.
Yeah.
The ice cream.
Which way?
Sorry, what?
Which way?
I said I feel bad that you just.
This is fun. We have a busy day.
Oh, right, of course, yes.
Teleports behind you.
Right. So you have them so you can keep them on you instead of being, you know, a fire hazard. And also,
Schmar hazard. As long as I don't pick up the damn thing, y'all will be fine. Y'all are acting like
well, I'm
it's
gonna
some
take it
goddamn
off you
firework
because I'm
waiting
gonna have
to
to,
go off.
you know, get to you.
you ain't gonna touch my firearm.
No, I could use anesthetic on your brother and just make it unaffordable for both of you. So,
Please don't try me.
Behave, Manny.
then be very nice and just put the firearm off the side of you so I can get your shirt off and your pants off because I can see you're bleeding everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, he's absolutely bleeding fucking everywhere.
And what
Are you
part?
proceeding with this one as well?
What part?
Indeed.
I don't take off my gun. Did you not seem to understand?
I will be telling him that.
Well, for this
I got a
instance,
charge for bringing his gun
it's
in
either your
here.
pants come off with
Don't worry about
or
it.
take the gun
I
off
allowed it.
yourself, so I do not, you know, mishandle the firearms so I have
If
no
anything
firearms on.
happens, it is under your watch.
That is why I am the head of security, Odalia.
There you go.
Understood, sir.
Right. If you want to lay on gun or you want to lay down, because I need you to lay down to take everything off.
A little bit of back talk.
Alright, got it.
Thank you kindly.
Eat my ass.
That's good enough, right?
Play nice, Benny.
Right. Let's first get the belt off. I'll put it right next to the gun. And the shirt.
Fuck!
How much stones did you use? Because I can see wounds that are covered up. Like, what did you two do?
Not enough. I didn't use enough stems, that's what.
Well, yes, I can see that. You're still bleeding. Speaking of the...
So, in
Yeah.
front of you, you will see multiple abrasions, gunshot wounds, you'll see scratches, bruises. Everything here, this is all like 3rd and 1st degree burns mixed together chemically.
Ooh.
And did you know you're supposed to remove the shrapnel before you use a stim? Because we have moments that the shrapnel is ingrown into your skin, like that here. Okay, that's out.
Bitch! Oh!
That'll wake you up in the morning.
Zale, did you give them any painkillers?
Do they have the allowance to do painkillers and anesthetic?
I believe the person covering for them should allow for it.
Okay. Then this should help.
I didn't get no damn pink.
No one told me that you had the allowance for you. If you want, take these.
I ain't no druggie. Give now.
What your brother is, apparently.
Yeah, laugh it up.
Nah, just giving them a hard time.
Just gonna pack that down.
Well, keep him pretty, Doc. That's about all he's got going for him.
Your brother didn't complain as much as you did.
I need a smoke.
I can get the door for you, sir.
Wait a minute, where the fuck? Oh. That occurred to me to figure out where the hell I was walking, but seems like I got good intuition for this things.
Sorry, I didn't mean to, like, force you into a bad position there.
Thank you for choosing Avalon.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Sarah?
How's it going?
I see. Has the
Going
shifts
okay?
been laid out for individuals to watch them? Understood.
Come on. Where is it? Come on. Not much to report outside of the fact that two of the four heads of the raiders that we've been dealing with are now dead.
I see. I had heard that the expedition gone well, but that's better than I thought.
Yeah, we've taken took care of one. Another was dealt with.
Can you elaborate further on that one?
He mentioned the mother, and then apparently he was like bolted in with a VR headset on and such, and
So, how are you folks doing?
he got short circuited or something like that.
You guys okay?
When he mentioned mother.
Alright.
Did the others appear to have any sort of cybernetics?
So I haven't been able to say hi to folks.
Oh, Ignar was messed up.
Quite busy earlier.
Like he was. The big eye spiky hair, the orangey red tubes. Yeah. Don't know what that was. But he was hopped up on a lot of something.
I think find that
Hmm.
every
Know that much.
operation's been done here apart from training.
Very curious indeed. Perhaps this isn't the last we've heard of this, mother.
I doubt it. They had this creature, but like that big, running around on a short horse, with a lightning rune. I saw that thing once. That bugged me up a little bit.
Suppose this planet has seen stranger.
Yeah. Other than that, one guy in it's probably power armor. If it wasn't full power armor, it's basically a step down from it. Took them out, and then the others were just like general bandits and stuff.
One moment. Miss O'Dahlia,
I think that's about it. Unless you have more questions.
is the situation
Yes,
secure
sir.
upstairs?
It seems fine. All has been situated.
Rachel is almost complete.
Very
They
good.
are putting the bones back in place from what I saw, and the other situation may rely on a magical expert needing to be brought in, but they seem to think that they have it for now.
Riddles 3 and ice cream I will give to thee.
Very good. Thank you, Miss O'Dahlia.
Of course, sir.
We kept your ice cream.
Any more questions?
I believe that should be all, unless you have anything else to add.
I don't think so.
But I can't think of any.
Like I said, aside from a couple oddities, it seemed like the normal bandits with some high power, but still normal bandits otherwise.
But
Yeah. That should be it. Is Cassian still up there, or did he leave?
yes, he still seems to be dealing with a curious situation.
Okay, yeah, I think I know what's going on. I don't need him, so it's fine. Guessing Benny's still also up there.
Indeed, he's currently being treated.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think that's it for now. So
Thank you for stopping by.
We'll be out and about a bit.
Of course.
If you need anything, please feel free to reach out.
Miss O'Donnell,
Yes, sir.
a quick word. Is there something that you would like to say?
No, sir. It is not my position to question your authority.
I permit you to speak.
Sir, the rules are the rules. Punishment gets divvied out on us if we do not follow them. What is the exception that was made on this man that deemed you to break them so? I understand you are head of security, but we have things in place to protect our patients, and allowing a weapon up there that is not authorized, I see as careless.
I do greatly appreciate your concern, and I am aware of these risks. But are you aware of who it was that first put that rule in place?
No, sir, I am not. Not within this facility. I'd assume it would be a normal within these roads.
Before my stay here, it was not. And now it is. Additionally, in this particular case, I saw fit to permit Mr. Benny because otherwise trouble might have arisen.
There is, yeah. Is it down or up?
Time is money, and keeping things flowing smoothly is important as well.
Why not apply a charge? Therefore, it's justified and he can keep the weapon, but...
Perhaps that's not a bad idea. You can write him up for a small fine.
They seem to be
I will do so then.
Righty, let's get to it. Miss Ale? You can lead the
Yes,
charge on Mr. Greed.
That might be a problem, seeing I've just had to reset like 3 bones and my hands are starting to hurt.
I see. Very well. Perhaps you can serve as auxiliary for me.
Understood.
Good day, gentlemen.
He's dying.
And please, lead them upstairs. Oh, we have room to treat.
You want to treat? Never mind. You want to take him in? Okay, change plans. All right, cool. All right, let me go to neither.
Right this way. Righty, you two, on me.
Contact information.
Understood. I'll look it over while we...
In real bad shape. He needed it, and I've got some people that owe me a favor or two, so...
I can take Mr. Greed, but I must ask that you give Miss O'Donnell your weapons.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to... yeah, the thing. That might be a good idea, huh? No, I'm assuming you were
No. Take there's off since they're injured. Jesus Christ, you guys. Oh, there's one. I'll wait till it registers it.
There's another.
I will be petting. Go up without me, I will come down, put up and pat.
Righty.
I thought they patted you.
Boy's unconscious.
Do you know if Mr. Greed has any insurance?
That I do not know.
Very well, I'll pull up his record. Go ahead and keep moving.
That's gonna be interesting.
Don't be so rough. You don't have to throw him.
He deserves this.
Alright, we doing this here? Before you even ping, let me just go ahead and roll these for you. I was already across the room. Oh, that's not a good sign. That's always scary. Jesus Christ, you guys see that? I've never had that pop.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
it's a good thing I didn't roll yet. That's just what it looked like when it came up, but holy fuck. Alright, let's... I mean, hey, at least that one's out of the way, you know what I mean? There's no... What are the odds that happens twice, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You're gonna get fully patched up real good. You got a lot of 6s in there, so I don't think we need to go too high with... You're gonna get them patched up
Honestly,
to regular, so let me go ahead and...
be quite easy. I didn't realize how much missing of him.
He's gonna be...
How much of him cybernetic? Oh, also there's a gun here.
True.
I'll remove it.
Could you
Thank you,
just help
Victoria.
me, pack the wounds because my thumbs are starting to get numb with how much I've been pushing down on the wounds. Also, please don't say something's eternally bleeding because I see he is drooling blood. Oh no, that did pass through an organ, didn't it? That might have. Okay. Do we have anything that, let's say, serviceable to seal up something internally?
I imagine that we have the tool for it.
Where? This is the first time I'm needing it.
Very well, let me see if we have something.
Never mind, you have a rib dislocated. Great.
Here we go.
No, you're just missing a bit of your rib. Thank you. One of the bullets passed through a rib, and he's missing a section of ribs. One rib.
Oh dear.
Now
would be a good time to
so-
check what level of treatment we can give him. Is Mr. agreed on any of our systems?
No.
Off the mask.
His profile just kind of doesn't exist now.
Interesting.
Taking off the mask. See the bleeding.
Do you know who will be covering the expenses?
Likely it would be coming out of the Sheriff's Suburban to Scout Town.
I see. Which degree of insurance would they be willing to pay?
Oh, morning. This is Savron Glen.
I believe we have either 4 or 5 tiers of treatment.
Watch up. I really don't know his name.
I'm awake, but we'll go with 4.
Very well. I believe 5 is our corporate CEO tier, 4 would be corporate tier, and 3 is our highest without corporate affiliation.
What's going on?
Very well. Giving him a full run through, make sure that he's properly medicated with pain medication.
To spray this, even with the injection I just gave you, it might hurt a little bit because it's gonna be sealing up an organ and the ribs, seeing that, Okay. And for the back.
Where'd you find me?
Elevator. You almost made it home.
I'm having a hard time remembering the name of Rupture's character.
And
It's like on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it.
That's Grace. That's Grace. That's just bruising. That's no fractured.
Roland. That's what it was. Roland.
Oh. Okay. Just start bandaging it up. So, you're going to hate me a little bit because I'm going to have to give you a medical brace to make sure that rib doesn't move. So it's going to be almost like you're wearing one of those 18th century girdles or whatever that is. Okay. Okay, braces. Over, under, and this is when I need you, Sloan, because I know I'm not gonna pull this tight. How my hands are hurting at the moment.
No problem at all.
Thank you. And just pull tight, and so everything is, cinched together, and I can buckle it, just like that. Okay. Thank you. Let's just wipe the blood off your face. Because it looks like you just went to a buffet without cleaning yourself at all. And it doesn't look pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. That's covered in blood, and I'm covered in blood. Again. Great. I'm gonna go clean myself.
Very
You
well done.
should be fine. You might be a bit numb, though.
Would you like me to prescribe some painkillers for you?
I'm good.
Are you sure?
I already take painkillers for this arm. I'll be fine.
Very well. I'll be sending the invoice to Scraptown, Roland.
Very good. How much is it?
Well, for Tier 3 treatments, it will at least be a few thousand credits at least.
Alright. We'll get it to you as soon as we can.
Very well. Thank you both for choosing Avalon. I'll help you out.
My apologies, Roland. No need.
If you wait right here at the door, I'll have your equipment to you in just a moment. If I can figure out where Catbug put it all. Unless Miss O'Donnell put it out here. I need to ask her.
Could have been despawned for prop limits.
Miss O'Donnell, do you know where you put Mr. Greed's equipment?
Yes, sir. That is downstairs in the cart right before you leave. It is locked. You just simply unlock it with your own credentials, and you can give them back their weapons.
Very well. I mentioned that it was in a cart, but I'm not sure which one. Good day.
You just didn't see it.
Oh, did I miss it?
I think it's that cart.
There we go. I'll unlock it for you. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
I don't think you're supposed to be bending like that, especially with how
No,
much, medical, I just...
Thank you.
And now I'm forgetting Muggs' character name.
Have a good
It's been too long. Very true. Although, Scraptown isn't the richest either. Don't like that.
Also, I never really caught your name.
How can I help you?
I tried to break into the clinic earlier.
I'm sorry.
Roland.
Can I have a sucker?
And you are.
Pleasure to meet you.
I'm going to need you to elaborate a bit more.
Trick or treat.
Thank you for your help today.
Alright. I do hope
Right.
my friend continues to be
I can get you a sucker, but I'm also going to have to issue you a fine.
What? No, don't find me, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you
Hey,
would make your
Calhoun.
way to the Valkyrie Arena for a special Shimetsu presentation. Thank you.
Can you elaborate on your attempted break-in?
I never touched the building, so it doesn't count.
Right. Just promise me after I give you
I
this
can show
lollipop
you.
that you don't try anything else.
I only tried it because I wanted to talk to Frost when he was in here.
How's it going, listener?
Yeah.
Good day, Johnny.
Can I show you? I'll show you. Thank you. I'll show you what I was trying to do.
Very well.
Wanna see?
Can you double check on Cassian's situation? Make sure that he doesn't need any assistance. Thank you very much, Sam.
I was just going to ask if Cassian was up there.
Indeed
Haven't
he
seen
is.
him in a bit.
He's currently helped treating a interesting situation.
And then I jumped on that light, and then I didn't know what to do because I couldn't jump up there.
Right.
I was
Very
just standing
well.
here jumping for a bit, trying to wait, but I got impatient and...
You're off the hook for now, but if you actually try that again, I'm going to have to give you a fine.
I've done nothing wrong.
Attempted intrusion is certainly a crime.
I've done nothing wrong.
Oh
I'm
dear,
just a
oh
little
dear.
lady trying to get by in this world.
I suppose a big lady now that you're the mayor.
I'm still a little lady.
A little
I just
big
have
lady.
power. A little lady with big power. But now I can actually say I'm God to your Avalon people and gaslight them more.
Just what I needed.
The pilot guy wasn't the smartest.
I have to agree with you on that.
Everything good in there?
Indeed. But that's also what I'm about to double check. Is there anything else you require?
No, thank you. I just wanted to admit my crimes.
I appreciate the honesty.
I think we've done all like.
Body scan.
I can't afford that. I have no money.
Me neither. We found someone whose entire body seems to be neurons near eyes.
What?
I'm not trained in that.
Yeah. That one over there. And they get all hazy and weird, it's because that's their entire body thinking so much that they're just calories going.
Right.
Very strange.
Yes.
Is it
Traditional healing
magical?
doesn't stick too well with them either.
It seems magical. They've got a blood affinity that's recently awoken. They have a major brain injury that we've kind of reduced the swelling on to the best of our ability, but compress. It is like their body is in a constant state of change, of thinking, and that steam that comes off of them is just calories being burnt. Healing kind of helps when it's magical, but so far the only way that's been reliable has been feeding them.
Right. That is certainly the most unique case I've heard of in a while. I suppose if it could help, we could try consulting Masaru.
I am unsure. I just got dragged into this because I'm able to perform magical healing. I apologize.
Not at all. Oh, and your name, by the way, madam?
Lysandra. You can call me Lysandra.
Lysandra. Welby Sloan, Head of Security.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
I've healed them to my best of my ability, and I unfortunately don't think I can provide any further assistance.
Very well. I appreciate the attempt.
At least there was a lot of knowledge gained from it.
I suppose.
Hopefully one day we'll be able to figure something out, but as of now, I wouldn't know how to treat such a thing.
The patients in the building, each one connects to a bed.
Right.
Right,
I didn't get your name.
Lysandra.
Yeah,
I'm
thanks
good
for
at
this.
gathering ingredients and
Lysandra?
ordering
It's like
I don't believe I can do anything else. It is a case that it is too confusing, and I am not properly trained in that sort of deal.
I was just saying to Miss Lysandra that if we need, we can try consulting Masaru.
Probably should set up a citizenship down in Undercity.
Masaru, we could. They want
I just
that.
need to talk to the Avalon.
My next step would be to put them into the scanner, do a full body, get what reading they can, notably on the brain, because brain damage.
I took the paper back.
See
You
if
don't
there's anything
have
we can
brain
repair there.
You're certainly welcome to attempt it, but as a reminder, you will be covering the expenses.
It's so important you know how that works.
That's why we're not doing it, because it's
I understand it.
Yes, unfortunately, neither of us have the funds to do so. And this is a stranger we did just meet.
Yes.
Very true.
Oh, that's the way. I thought it was the bathroom.
No, that's
Well, perhaps if they wish it, they can work up the funds to try it themselves.
Precisely. Oh, no problem. Be around. Take care.
Good luck.
Righty.
Ooh.
Stressful.
Welcome to the row.
I didn't expect it to be here that long, to be honest.
Miss O'Doria, does that account for everyone who is being treated?
Oh, yes, sir. I believe that has fully cleared out everything. I did notice your package within
Thank you
the...
for letting us use your facility. My
Of course.
apologies for the chaos.
Do take care.
Your package within the morgue, understanding the contents. Do you need any help with the proper storage within that area, or will you be handling that all as yourself?
I do believe that I've already marked it down in the inventory, and there should be collectors coming along the way.
Understood. May I ask, I understand this was filed as repo work, correct? And that the repo men came by to deliver it?
Indeed.
Is it normal for us to be using third parties, sir?
Sometimes, but that seemed to be more of a bounty hunting work. It is a curious case.
I see. Who is coming to collect, if I may ask? If that is not within my realms to know, then you may not answer.
Well, I assume the inventory department. It is officially within the records. Everything seemed to check out.
Correct. Very well. I just wanted to check, as I find it odd that third party was used when we have a repo division.
I agree as well. Do you think that it would require further looking?
I will only pursue if that is what you wish as head of security, if you believe it could be any sort of risk. But otherwise, I am fine to stop here.
So, Dahlia, I do appreciate your respect for my position, but I want you to be aware that I am interested in hearing your opinion on these matters. You work in security as well.
Drones are not a loud one. I know. But
You are not fully synthetic. You are still treated as a human.
I am partially synthetic as well as part animal, and thus does not give me great forms of respect within the company. The only reason I am valued is due to my doctor.
I suppose. But nonetheless, if you still think that the situation requires further looking, I do grant you permission to look into the case.
If you grant permission, I will. It doesn't sit right with me to use third party, as I will also be double checking within the hires that this was, whether that was an actual hired on third party or this was a strange circumstance. As again, we have a repo division. I
I
take
agree.
much pride in my work.
Very good. Then I eagerly anticipate your report on the matter. Do let me know if you require assistance.
Sir. I shall. I just have to wish my my mechanic was in today, as I've been airing out all afternoon.
I see. Is there no other way that we can address it?
I would have to get a specialty. Hello, sir.
Morning, well, afternoon at this point.
How can I help you, Elliot?
Did you know of any Avalon and Shimetsu collaborations as of the past year or two?
That is a very broad topic. You're going to need to be more specific.
Just a hunch. But, you know how they say sometimes there's error in human judgment? Well, I think that is true to some extent. But, they had just showcased their new toy, I guess. Ever since the Ditus situation, they don't want to use AI in their little big robots anymore. So now they've decided to rip the nervous system and brain out of a person, or I guess they're volunteers and shove it on a robot. And call them yokai now. So, we'll see how long it takes for the brain to degrade at that point. I've already seen it once. In a high corporate capacity.
Indeed.
If they're putting it en masse, we'll see how that goes.
Well, it's their corporation to rise or fall.
That is true, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna come to you to maintain the biological portion.
I suppose we shall see.
Heads up for what you'll be running into.
I appreciate the info.
Sorry to interrupt.
Really doing what they did to Craver en masse. Even after the failure that turned out to be.
I wish there was something that informed us when people walked in. You never know what kind of sensitive situation is happening.
Indeed.
I apologize for my talking back earlier and my lack of ability to show my disdain.
Not at all. I prefer that you speak up rather than quietly
Hi,
keep
this
it
is
in.
Zell. I was just curious, is anyone at our clinic at the moment, and if there is something happening?
Both Sloan and I are on and within.
Situation seems to be under control. We don't have any current clients.
Okay, the door was closed. I was figuring something was happening. Mr. Lupin was wanting to speak with you, Sloan.
Very well. Let him know that I'll be down shortly. You can also keep the front door open. Did you have anything else you wish to say before you go?
To copy off of that, actually, the Shimetsu presentation is ended, but was quite interesting. If any of you wish, I can come by and inform you as to what was displayed.
I would be interested to hear, Miss Winter, after I'm done with Mr. Lupin.
I'll come by the clinic shortly.
No, sir. As I stated before, my opinions must stay where they are. I know you give me permission to speak, but that does not mean I will break the way things have been for a long time.
Very well.
I also do not understand how you keep your hands behind your back for multiple times. Oh my goodness, it hurts.
I find it comfortable.
That is crazy.
Miss Adalia, would you like to hear?
Oh yes, I've heard a snippet from another person, but
Oh.
yes, if you could.
Yes.
Good day, Mr. Lupin. How can I help you?
Hey, I think I asked you back down in the Undercity about
What were you
this.
told? I would hate to rehearken upon
And
what
I'm
you
not
may have
sure if
already
it's
heard.
like you wouldn't like. Is it all right if I can see for myself the I'd rather know that it's a family matter, so I'd like to see that it's settled.
Perhaps this can,
Oh, yes. Now I recall. I'll need to double check and see if it is still in our local morgue. Just give me just a moment.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was still here.
I took pictures.
He wanted to see
Hello, GM present. How may I help you?
Hello. Mr. Lupin is requesting to see, I forget the exact character's name, but the wolf guy that's Worthless played before?
Oh, that Loonlight person?
Yes. Are they still in our morgue?
Yeah.
Was it Blade or Blythe? I don't remember.
It was like Blythe or something like that.
Yeah, something like
or
that.
something along those lines. Yeah, I would think he's still in there in your morgue. I would think so. I'm not 100% because I don't have. I'm drifting away. Drifting away.
I'd
Hold
say
on. Let me
unless
double-check
someone
this while we're
upstairs said to move it, then it should still be here.
Yeah, unless otherwise moved, yeah, he should still be there. But, you know, dead. Very dead. Very much so.
And as you can see, they each carry different weapons. This is their answer.
Anything else?
To the, rogue Beowulf.
I believe that should be all. Thank you.
There doesn't seem to be. There doesn't seem to be.
Righty. Good news. It does appear that he's still here.
In act or in service yet, however, there does appear to be some kind of thing.
So I can take you up right away if you're ready.
Yeah, I'd like to see for myself.
Very well. Right this way.
Perhaps. It was quite the show.
Right to the elevator.
Day.
Sorry, one more time.
Has it been a busy day?
A bit, yes. But that's to be expected. I do believe that this should be him.
That's all that's left, huh?
I'm afraid so.
That is him, all right, though. Yeah. Yep.
And what was your relation again?
Here, he'll pull out his ID, official, license. It says Louis Loonlight.
I mean, family relation.
Family. So, yeah, has anyone come to, besides me, to anything?
There was
anything at all?
Miss Lappy Stoller, I believe, that had stopped in to look.
Yeah, that makes sense. No Loonlights though, right?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
No one's come to claim anything from him.
Not as of yet.
Okay. Well, I suppose that will do. Thank you. I'm sure this is, a little weird, but
Not at all. It's normal for close relations to want to see the body.
Sure, yeah.
Was he a brother or a cousin?
It's a big family. We didn't really get along, see eye to eye, so.
I see.
Kind of maybe the only family I had on planet, or at least the only one I know of. So hopefully, yeah.
Do you know if yourself or any other relations might be interested in covering the funeral?
No. You honestly do what you want with the body.
Very well.
Whatever works best for you.
We'll give him a standard burial then.
I'm good. I'm good.
It can be a shaking experience. There's no shame in it.
I mean, if you know, you know. It's just...
I suppose you reap what you sow.
Hopefully, it ends with him.
Only time will tell.
Thank you so much for your native time.
Of course. Should you require anything else, just let me know.
No, that's all. Thank you.
I'm sure we can extend to him and explain the situation, and if he deems his trust instruments or so, he may not even ask for us to maintain security, just likely.
Of course.
Agent Sloan?
Oh, Mr. Sloan.
Good day.
I wish to. We were actually just speaking about the demonstration.
I see.
I actually do have a picture to provide as well.
I am going to take this. Do not frisbee your photo again. That would be bad.
You do. You frisbeed my photo.
I did nothing of the sort.
A Stance King. That's a new one.
Not something I see.
Wherever it is.
Alright.
I'm not seeing it.
It's down. It's down by.
there it is.
Oh, that kind of photo.
Oh my.
Interesting.
There seems to be nothing there.
Hmm.
That's quite unfortunate. There we go. There we go.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I have trouble hearing anything these days.
Meet Shimetsu's newest and top-of-line high-threat response unit, the Yokai.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that other people don't really have really big ears.
I see. And how exactly did they perform with the rounds that hit them?
Didn't even flinch.
Of course, they didn't flinch, but what was the
Very.
damage?
Minimal.
Talk with Moon, see how
Interesting. This is all very well and interesting, but I'm sure you recall what happened the last time. Shometsu Tech was not exactly easy to take down by your own means.
Oh, well, trust me, I was, not heading the night project myself, but I was a very vocal proponent on making sure that we did not repeat what happened with Didus' failure and his failed product.
I would certainly hope not. Let me know who is heading the project.
Yes, that individual, Dr. Obviously, I don't know off the top of my head.
Give me a second, I can give you the name. You would know it.
Okay.
Thank you, Fritz.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Give me some news.
No.
Keep playing, I gotta click a bunch of links.
But I can assure you, obedience and defensive measures have all been taken into account with the new yokai unit.
I appreciate the candor, but that is what you said last time.
Because,
Ishtar.
simply put,
Ishtar? Yep, Ishtar. Yep.
one Dr. Ishtar, very widely known within cybernetics and Shimetsu R&D, a great many years have gone to great lengths to ensure that the initial flaw of the Beowulf, the AI that was directing it, the source of what was compromising it itself, is no longer an issue. The yokai are not a mere synthetic. They are a perfect blend of cybernetics and flesh. By volunteers willing to dedicate their services for past dishonors.
Right.
Not a single bit of AI operates the yokai.
Will this business model be extending to your other AI lines?
Yes, it is indeed, potentially, if the technology is proven efficient and effective so far. But as the moment, yokai is the only one implementing this technology at this point.
Very well. I suppose we will watch Dr. Ishtar's career with great interest then.
Indeed. And that we can go forward showing and proving ourselves of this, of what exactly we're capable of, and wash yourself of this honor of Ditus completely.
I suppose. Just make sure that in your bid to wash the slate clean, you don't forget the past.
Oh. Believe me. We all remember the past quite dearly. It is something we acknowledge. And we will continue to remember so that we do not have past mistakes.
They're quite tall, too.
Indeed. Was there anything
About a
else
meter
of
and a half.
interest shown off at the exhibit?
Well, their proficiency with weaponry was quite formidable. And as you can see, based on the array that they have there was anything from medium-ranged weapons, long-ranged weapons, to their close-range weapons that they demonstrated. It's quite the showing. And that was after the firearms usage against them. They still seem to operate at a very significant capacity. All in all, it was quite the impressive display.
I see. Very good then.
Hopefully. And who knows? The more success, the more we can actually do that, and I'm sure, especially the doctors and interested in them, potentially Avalon would be able to get new additional option if they want to deal with extreme responses.
Potentially. But we shall see. Time reveals much.
Of course. Time reveals much. And if taken too hastily, mistakes are made. However, we have taken great time with it. And hopefully time will show that our endeavors are indeed proven.
Indeed. Right in. Is there anything else that you
Right.
require?
That is... not at the moment, no.
Very well. I appreciate you both stopping by. Do take care.
Yeah, good. You as well.
It was 3 seasons ago that all that happened. Oh, yeah. The...
Trouble.
I suppose.
Would you like to speak?
Shimetsu's reputation has taken a long time to regrow itself on this planet. But some have longer memories than others.
I take it this was a very significant incident for you then?
I suppose. If you wish to look more into it, I would suggest looking up some of the reports from some months ago about one of our first raids on the clinic.
Was it involving this unit? Or the Beowulf, rather, in question?
Several Beowulfs and Mr. Ditus. There was at least 15 people that are very lucky that they were using non-lethal rounds.
Why? That's rather scary to think about. How many Beowulfs were there?
I forget if it was 2 or 3. But knowing their capabilities, even one can sometimes be the equivalent of a small army. Mr. Ditus will remain a significant mark on their company's history on this planet for years to come. And I'm not eager to see them forget it. And as far as HTR teams, I far prefer those that are developed and kept by our own sources.
I can't fault you. Perhaps when this information does reach the doctor, you will look to adapt it in a way. However,
I would hope that the doctor would keep with our programs instead, but it is his call to make.
Something tells me the blending of organic and cybernetics, though, may be quite appealing to him.
That's what concerns me.
Most certainly. Is everything okay with you and Agent Odalia? Seemed like you had a spat earlier.
No problem at all.
I swear to all the gods above, I keep hearing what sounds like voices behind me.
The walls can be a little thin sometimes.
I heard something.
But no, there is no issue with Miss Odalia. They were simply recurring some jurisdictions.
I see. Hardliners. Okay, there it is again. That zapping sound. It's the third time.
I don't hear it.
Maybe I'm losing my marbles then. Are you okay?
Everything all right?
Yes, no, just very uncanny. My entire day, my head feels like it won't split open. Immediately after I pass out, I wake back up to hear maybe I'm losing my marbles. I'm sorry, I just kind of broke down.
It was a busy morning.
And I missed my opportunity to go to Hofstein. If I could do surgery to get my ears back. Fantastic.
Right.
My luck is shit.
Well, we all have our unlucky moments.
It's not really a moment, it's more like a string that keeps going out and out and out further and further.
Well, I'm sure it can't keep up forever.
Are you certain there's nothing I can do to assist you?
You think it's a far cry to try to reach out to, Hofstein to ask them the question over the telephone or computer?
It might be better to ask him over a message, as having him in person is a great ordeal.
Then I probably don't.
The choice is yours.
I hate that you're right. I just like that you're right.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with it.
I really just hope that's firing range. I don't think I can deal with another medical patient. Use one there.
Agent Sloan.
Indeed.
She seemed to have a malfunction. Her movement seemed twitchy, and she said that I didn't have the clearance to assist her, so she
Righty.
turned herself off.
I can look into the situation. Have we had a report from Roxanne recently?
I don't believe so. I last saw her down by the motel with our newest.
Right. Go see if you can find them for me.
Sit her up so your poor neck isn't like.
Have crunches it is. Let's go.
Not about to give you neck pain. Get appreciated. I'll go seek them out.
Thank you very much, Miss Winter. I presume what this has to do with your profile records. That curious trait of consuming data. Perhaps Veronica can help.
Sir.
Indeed. Are you back online?
Barely helping situation.
What can I do to help you?
unsure if access granted, reset needed.
Can the reset be done here?
Upstairs, correct, yes.
Right. I'll help you up.
I would refrain. Cybernetics may injure.
Fair point. This way.
Roxanne, if you can still hear me, would you please be able to send me a message updating me on your status? Thank you.
Yep. It seems to be a standard at this point.
With corporation may have sped up. Error.
Will this facility work?
Yes. I will attempt to hook up to a station. You need clearance. You may have.
Is there any listed protocol on how to deal with this situation?
On her profile, there's two situations that can be listed. It is one where her body begins failing, that is needing a blood substitute put into her body, so blood injection, she needs those daily. The secondary one is sometimes during duress and large amounts of stress, she'll begin to error out and require a high-level reset of her cybernetics. For the protocol, they probably gave you an easy switch for it, since I don't know if they'd inform you of the details. It depends on what you think.
I am planetary head of security.
Yeah, I mean, would you know of any, are you aware of people within here who have chips?
Yes.
Okay, then you'd be aware she has a chip and that it's erroring out if you have that access. Likely caused, as she said, irritation with the corporation, which activated it fighting with her brain on it, and she's actively fighting it. So that's the error. Needs to be reset.
Right. Good button, we must, I suppose.
Back of neck.
Click. Starting sequence. Let's hope this works. You had to step back a bit on the rough breach part. I'm pretty sure that was the same exact raid that Fortuna lost her arm. Which has some implications. Doesn't seem to be having an issue so far. Hopefully that did it. Should we complete? So, Dahlia, can you hear me?
Hello, Mr. Sloan.
Can you give me a statistic report?
Running analysis. Seems to be everything is operational. Errors have been fixed.
Very good. Is there any additional steps to this routine?
I believe other than a report needs to be filed of the incident. Other than that, you are fine.
Very well. Let's take care of that now. There we are. That should do it. Sent.
Fantastic. As I proceeded with the check over of the individuals who came here and my inquiry about them, I was informed that our repo unit is not sufficient enough, that I am not sufficient enough. Therefore, I must strive to do better within the company.
I suppose so.
Apologies for the intrusion. I've received an update from Roxanne. Ben and Veronica are at the grindstone.
Very good. And the situation seems to be stable. Nothing out of ordinary.
I hadn't physically gone to see them yet, but I wish to inform you that I could go now.
I think that would be prudent. Thank you very much.
Of course. Thank you, Roxanne. I received your message. I'll be there shortly. There's nothing
I appreciate
pressing.
the help, Mr. Sloan.
Of course. Is there anything else you
I will also go
require?
take my blood injection. No other than my blood injection, but I can handle that. If there are any other issues, I will report them to you, as I was not aware of who I can go to whenever I am breaking down.
Perhaps we can get that ironed out overnight.
That would be appreciative, as I have seen my issue with the day and what caused it has diminished.
Very good. If the need arises, just remember to use the messaging channels.
Understood. Thank you, Mr. Sloan.
Of course. I'll be taking a patrol around the row, so I believe that leaves you as one of the only people left on station.
Yes, please do be safe. I heard shots fired right before I re-entered the facility.
Indeed,
It was
that's
night
what I'm
here,
going
you
to
know.
check up
I
on.
did check.
I'm still not 100% about that part, if we would or would not know that, but I'm assuming, like, as head of security, I do need to be aware of certain things, so I'm going to try and iron that out with GMs after session to see whether or not I would know that. And if not, we can just do a little tiny retcon there, but for the moment, we're fine to operate like that. We can keep that door open. But yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do for now. Until the doctor's out of commission.
Whole bunch of stuff in stock, 100 credits each, but really limited stock, only one of every item.
And I need to find Johnny and Leot.
Oh wow. What do you got? Anything you need to pick up today?
And I need to do everything I can to convince Leot not to jump the gun.
Oh, true. Do you got anything like that?
Sorry, what magazine?
Anything
They mentioned that the grindstone was open. How long has it been since that was the case? Goodness. This might be the first time in the season it's been open, actually. I need to find Liet somewhere.
This will feel very strange.
We'll try sweeping the squares. And if we have no luck, then we can try radioing. There's Johnny. Good day.
Hello, Mr. Sloan.
Johnny, are you busy at the moment?
How are you today? I'm just kind of, well, giving a tour
I'm
of the room.
loitering. No one can stop me.
I see.
You want to have a word?
When you have the chance.
Sure. You wouldn't mind if I could step away for a few minutes and talk with Mr. Sloan?
I'll try to stay in one spot.
Oh, I mean, you don't have to wait on me. Just looks like the diamond's open. We can go get a drink.
Takes out googly eyes, puts one on your eye patch, but it's slow enough for you to swipe hand away.
I see.
Mission complete.
Well done. And after you, Mr. Sloan.
Right in. You think your headquarters would be a good idea?
Yeah, probably. I'll look it up for you.
And do you have a channel to get to Liet?
There's no way I rolled another one.
Liet?
Indeed.
You can try calling him.
Have you ever heard of a triangular blade?
They did not use a triangle.
You want me to call him now?
I think so. I have some information I think would be prudent for both of you to hear.
Understood.
Do you know if the source of all the gunshots earlier was?
I'm sending Liet a message, asking him to come to the Wyvern Town. Yeah, Liet. So Apex's character. Asking him to...
No, go on. Yeah, I think right now I saw he was like AFK in the spawn room, that's why, so...
Okay. Well, if you could, when you see him up, mention to come...
Ooh.
Oh.
Sorry, go on.
If you send him a message, meet us at the Wyvern office, doors open. I need to talk to him.
Got it, will do.
Do you know what all the gunshots was about earlier?
And there was a Shimetsu weapon display where they showed off their new...
Right, I do know about
synths.
that one, which is deeply concerning, but I mean the ones afterwards.
Oh, probably when the Pillbug attacked Specs and got shot up.
Pillbug?
Yeah, it was a Pillbug with a couple knives.
I've never seen them be violent like that before.
No, neither have I. But, you know, I'm sure they have their criminals and psychopaths like anyone else.
It would seem. Yes, our business at the arena is certainly concerning as well.
Yeah. Did you hear they have human brains?
That's
Supposedly
precisely
from
what I mean.
guards. Yeah, supposedly from their own guards.
I thought what happened with Craver was bad enough.
I guess they are all about iteration on their technology.
Even if that means making the same mistakes again and again.
Yeah.
I'm concerned that the doctor will take interest in our technology.
Quite possibly. Those we. Oh, there he is. Elliot.
Righty. I have some mixed news. And I need your word that you're willing to work with us and not jump the gun.
That depends on context. For telling me that, I assume it's something related to you.
It's a two-part piece of information. The first is that I was approached by an individual that gave me information on where the Avalon facility is out in the wastes. I can now give you direct coordinates. And alongside that...
That's a great step.
That's what's out there?
One of the individuals responsible for shooting Harper is stationed there.
See.
We now have specific information on both fronts, and we can start organizing a more direct means of retaliation.
Loyalty involved? Is it something to do with the facility itself?
Well, if you do Mr. Falcone's past at all, he's certainly one of the first minds I go to for any sort of plan. And the wyverns are particularly handy in many situations.
Yeah. We know how to keep a secret.
Indeed. But outside of that, have you had any luck in thinking of plans, either of you?
Around what?
Around the doctor.
Well, to the fact that he runs around and goes back up to, like, lower atmosphere, no, not really. I'm assuming the person who was here was him. It's a massive entourage of enforcement.
Indeed.
I don't know who else that would be, unless there's somebody else running around.
He seems to have taken on a new suit of armor, very skull-inspired.
Yeah, I had a meeting with him earlier.
A meeting?
About Veronica.
Right.
She's going to be working for him for the next week.
It seems, at least so far, they've made no efforts to tamper with her mind.
Yeah, I made it pretty clear that we didn't want that. So, they pulled up their end of the bargain.
Very good. Is it just for the next week?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how good their behavior is. So we'll see.
Right.
So, in regards to the doctor, did uncover some information. He's involved in some group known as the Revenants. I don't know what they do, but if you can find any information about those, that'd be a good step.
The Revenants?
As well as...
Isn't that gang that's been going around?
Is it?
Yes.
Ones with the... Okay.
The ones
Just
that were
today.
in the Avalon office earlier?
Indeed, they just dropped off a shipment of some bounty-hunted repo organs.
See.
That could have something to do with the shipments.
Don't know if he has any involvement with the Adele Wolves replacements, but it could be interesting to see if he's running organs and bodies.
No. You could be right.
No doubt Shimetsu could do that themselves efficiently.
We've also uncovered the names of some individuals important to the good doctor. It might be we're able to deal with them. A way to weaken his standing.
Right.
Oh, if it's one of his assistants, I gotta figure out what to do with her whenever she shows up.
Well, not one of their normal entourage, someone involved in their projects.
Would they be stationed on the ship?
I'm pretty sure she's stuck on the ship. Yeah, that's what my first-hand contact has stated, though. They don't know much about what they'll be doing as of recent years.
Right.
Probably still research and development. Not really hands-on, more so bookkeeping.
I keep feeling more and more with these recent developments that we need to start moving quickly. If we give it too much time, we might have a new type of high-threat response unit to deal with.
Yes, they'll be distributed probably soon. I already have one Beowulf to trash. I don't need to deal with a new one. I don't feel like killing a man twice.
At the very least, this new design does seem to have the glaring issue of the organic elements inside. If we can come up with a countermeasure to deal with those, then that should make it easier.
Depends on the compound of the metal and insulation of the actual system. I wouldn't understand it in per se until I break it. But general measures would be trying to test if electricity or extreme cold would do anything to them. Probably not electricity, but extreme cold could be interesting as a solution.
Good day there.
Free to leave.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Are you sure you trust
I
them?
think we passed most of the private information.
I do. But if you're not comfortable, we can ask her to leave.
I'll leave it to your discretion. If you trust them, then I trust them.
I trust her.
Then welcome to the conversation. We're talking about the
boy.
doctor.
Ah, yes, I've heard bits and pieces here and there about potential plans.
Well, that's what we're brewing up right now.
Oh boy.
But if we were to actually start making moves on the facility, perhaps we could come across either plans there or prototypes to figure out a weakness.
If they're involved.
Sure.
But that's
If
just
they
one
are.
assumption.
But why else would the doctor be moving so many organs?
The new Shimetsu bots.
Hmm.
Yeah. Ones with the organic nervous system.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I've seen Encore. Valkyrie can barely get one stable. It's only my attempt of Shimetsu doesn't comply.
We've seen Shometsu try it before and it failed.
Good news is that theoretically
Was Didus quite okay?
Craver.
we might be able to develop something to fight against it, maybe.
If we can figure out a correct voltage, we could fry the brains in the suit.
I'm gonna have to form. There has to be a very specific method of contact.
Guessing you trust these two?
Do.
Yeah, at least in terms of this matter.
With my more personal stuff?
I'm assuming you two can keep a secret?
My lips are sealed.
So, a little bit of a backstory for me. As I think you know, actually, ran a mercenary unit, effectively, sort of.
Right.
Power armor operators. Harper's Harpies. We worked for Valkyrie. About a year ago now, a little bit more at this point, I think. But, my mom's team got wiped, floored, by what we thought was a Shimetsu power armor model of some sort. Remember when I mentioned the slag gun?
Indeed.
Turns out it has Valkyrie parts.
Really?
Well, that's obvious to the fact they keep getting shipments from Valkyrie. There's been 5 so far to the bandits.
Yeah, good night. Okay, sorry, could you repeat that to radio?
There's been 5 shipments so far to the bandits, and it'd be obvious that they've used something like that to create something that's volatile.
We're going to ignore that because controller stuff. I mean, they also had Shimetsu stuff going on as well, so I thought it was Shimetsu stuff. But apparently no. Apparently my mom's team was a testing bed for these guys.
See.
Yeah, so the theory is that this weapon was developed to fight things like the Beowulfs. So if we can reverse engineer it well enough and get some and all that kind of stuff, we might be able to use it against the yokai.
Interesting. So at least we have a few cards potentially on our side.
Yeah, why was Valkyrie supplying Wasteland bandits to begin with? Well,
That's a good question.
Yeah, money and this mother, apparently, that they've been talking about. Apparently it's been mentioned a couple times in the Wasteland.
Right.
Never heard of that.
But one thing that isn't quite lining up
Apparently
is
Bobby did.
the ship that was attacked out in the waste. Why were the bandits going after it?
Yours?
That was one of the shipments that had the organs in it, as well as some of Ostein's personnel.
I think that was unfortunate coincidence. Apparently they just wanted to grab a lot of synthetics. Apparently. They only targeted synthetics that went to respond. Snatched them.
So those guys have been known to just raid corp shipments and such before, so that wasn't entirely left field from what I knew. However, if it's Valkyrie that is supplying these guys, they could have said, hey, hit that shipment.
That is my thought as well. But the question is whether or not it was just coincidence, or if it was specifically that shipment.
Not a big believer in coincidence.
I would have to agree.
That's why I said it's probably just the crime of opportunity. There's nothing really trailing them to Avalon. Besides the fact that one of my first fan contacts about the bandits doesn't really like them. No, I think that was more of a jab because they asked about it. And they said, why not?
Well, nonetheless, it can be something to keep an eye out for.
So, as I told you, half of the leaders of those bandits are dead now. So,
not quite all of them.
2 out of 5.
5?
I think there's 5. There's 3 of them left that I am aware of. Unless there's more.
There's,
The one that just
Idris, I
walked out of
believe?
Sloan's clinic earlier. Yes, Idris.
Yeah.
Apparently,
He
whoever
was the one that told me the
Miss-
information.
Yeah. Idris, which I believe was
Miss
Benny's
Latrose.
uncle.
Yes. And then another
Benny's
one.
ex-wife. Who was the other one?
Another, I forgot his name. There's another one.
And his
Bobby's
ex-wife.
dead. Yeah.
That's a separate matter. Doesn't keep ties with them now. But
Right.
yes, there's about
Next
3
reason.
other high profile
Yeah.
bandits
Bobby's
to
dead.
try to
Ignar is dead. I have only heard of 4.
put to the ground. Whatever Idris is, he's probably selling for a reason. He's an ex-Trident special ops. Well, wet work, anyway.
Oh, great.
Wouldn't surprise me. And he fed you it for a reason.
Right.
Whether they're trying to pick up wherever. What was the information about?
He told me where the Avalon facility was and that the individual we were looking for was there.
Coincidental, but I'm pretty sure that's related to my contact again.
Agent Frost, are you still on Avalon's
what's
frequency?
there. Don't break anything unnecessarily.
Right. Do we have a way of keeping a closer eye on this Idris fellow?
No. Not at all.
At best, my guess would be ask Benny, but my guess is no.
No. He shows up when he wants, where he wants. The blackmail of the civilians that he took from they took from Wasteland are back, so that's one less problem, but he didn't do it, so he can just feign ignorance. It was one of the other ones. Independent action. You gotta be very, very specific in trying to catch him out.
Right.
Either way, it sounds like we have some avenues to look into. Very least.
Very true. But we still need to figure out how we can cut the head off of this snake, and what will happen if we do.
The bandits will spread out again, though. The stock
A mean Hofstein.
weapons we'll have to keep an eye on. That one? Disable that ship. First off, whether it crashes or it actually has defensive measures.
I will still re-bring up the point that if that ship goes down, that is going to be a major source of interest for Avalon to look at this planet further.
That's what I'm thinking. Disable and send it off into outer space. Like, go way off. They'll be tracing that signal and figure out it's empty. Maybe some mercs, bandits got it.
I might be able to rig something like that. Maybe.
Oh, thanks, Veronica.
I especially with like Veronica's help certainly, but I know vehicles pretty well. Generally more
Vehicles and
the mechanical
spaceships are
side.
very different.
Have you worked with
But
interstellar
I'll
ship?
Get you some mini blueprints.
I lived on one.
Very well.
Colony, freighter, commercial, and military. They have different systems. I'll see if I can dig up anything
That's a bit-
related to it, what his is, and see if I can find
Large
a blueprint
dropship,
for you.
basically. Like
Very different. But
enough to
I'll
hold
try
a
to
crew
get you
of
something.
100 plus, something like that. Six
Sounds
suits
packed.
power armor.
I suppose it'll be somewhat like that, but on a much grander scale.
Yeah, like
Oh, we've already seen one come in Scrap Town's atmosphere already. That was troublesome.
yeah. Basically,
That was
that's why I
a
said
sovereign at that
might.
point. I'll see if I can find something.
Yeah.
If it's not a private design, it might have been retooled and given it them by Traverse.
Yeah, with
So there might be a paper trail.
might be able to figure something out with Veronica, like I said. So maybe.
Right, that they're going to be a bit indisposed.
In the meantime, we can do what we can to sabotage the good doctor's operations and sully his reputation with the corporation.
Indeed.
Confidence is the quickest way to get them annexed.
That would be ideal, most of all. If we could try and make it so that if he does disappear, that the people on galactic scale aren't going to bat an eye at it.
Well, yeah, make him lose all his backing, funding, protection, then it'll be bare bones. There's no reason to go for him immediately. Not gonna work and have lasting repercussions.
Probably gonna have yokai guarding. If he's supplying the organic parts.
Possibly, but yeah, that's why we need to act quickly before they get distributed. Which they might have already, since this is a debut.
And at the very least, like I said, we might be able to figure out something that works against them, possibly.
Indeed.
Would be a good step.
But I would like to posit one last thing.
This is possible.
Is that I do understand in certain plans that extra casualties might end up being a necessity, but there are a lot of innocents on that ship as well. So simply bringing it down might have grave consequences. There are people like Roxanne on that ship that I'd prefer to not be there.
I try not to tolerate collateral damage if it can be avoided.
So if we can somehow engineer it,
An option.
if we can somehow engineer this situation, that the ship is forced to leave and on its route it has some sort of accident, that could be another route to go.
You're definitely gonna have to stage it if we're keeping people alive. We're gonna have to keep it as a pirate incursion.
Something like that.
No names, no faces, no branding. People will talk. People will remember.
I mean, that's what
Just
Renner's
don't give them
for, right?
anything to.
And the
Some of
general
them.
idea.
I've already seen some of those folks. It's hit or miss.
More general idea I'm talking about.
Right.
Yes.
It's one of several different paths we can go. We do also know that bandit presence is very wide on planet, so if they were to try something against the hated corporates in orbit, it wouldn't be entirely out of the question.
The general problem is the facility that I don't think bandits can launch themselves into outer space, so far you're gonna have to be real specific on if that facility is attacked. If you blame the bandits, that could give some time, maybe, to get them to whittle each other down. And if that actually works, then we could try to focus on the spaceship itself. But it has to be one or the other, because they will heighten security of either.
Yeah.
Very true.
If you haven't told anyone, it might take a little bit for the corpse to find out that Ignor and Bobby are dead.
I feel that information is already spread.
Wouldn't be surprised, but the point that I have is, I believe Ignor was one of the big weapon devs for them. You saw him.
I saw him. Saw him bleed out too.
We could always have the...
Took a hammer to the face.
We could make the story that he somehow survived and is now operating on a grander scale.
You want me to steal his face? I mean, if his body's...
I'm not saying we don't necessarily have to have him show up in person, but a story is a story. If we can keep the corporates looking out into the wasteland rather than in the city, it gives us more room to operate.
I'll see what I can do. I'm pretty sure they recovered his body by now.
Right. There can always be some distant relation that wants revenge.
I'll make it look thematic.
Right.
Either way, we need to start forming these plans quickly. I'll give you all some time to think it over.
Gonna have to uncall Veronica.
Currently, she
need her.
has a pretty tight leash right now, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna need her.
She's currently under orders that Avalon personnel needs to be near them at all times.
Yeah, I heard for about a week. So we'll see how this goes. How fast
I think what he's implying is that he's an Avalon personnel.
No, they mean Roxanne.
It has to be one of us, but
Okay,
either way, the doctor is looking closely at her at the moment. He doesn't want any more mistakes.
That's on her. You run around a bit too quick.
It will also reflect on me if anything happens to her.
Yeah.
Where she
You missed our window.
remains safe as well.
That's the idea.
If we can manage to get into the Valkyrie offices and get a Decker, that may or may not be Veronica at some point. Probably after all of the heat's down, for her at least. Might be able to look more into those weapons as well.
True, but we might have to find a different
Not much
Decker.
to it. There's no name attached to it. All 5 of those shipments.
It's been a bit since I've seen Jackie, but if she still shows up again, maybe.
Unless misinformation and civilians are involved, I doubt she's gonna be
She's not coming.
lifting
she's
a
not coming
hand.
back.
Okay. Missed that memo.
Alright. I'll see what I can scrounge up.
And thank you all again. I'm in your debt.
Well,
We all got
we're
our
only
reasons.
gonna favors and favors, and so I guess so.
Right. Thank you for your time.
Yep.
Sure.
Johnny.
We might still have some hope.
Yeah.
Oh, hello there.
Where's our farm? How are you doing? Juice? Like juice?
No, thank you.
Dirty? Juice.
Again, no thank you.
How am I so slow? I was at your house earlier.
I see.
Me, I'm not to you. I'm waiting for Mr. Johnny to give him this. The letter. It has peanut butter stains on it.
I see. Well, you're waiting at the perfect
It's
place.
from his mother.
If I may suggest, if you potentially could go to the clinic upstairs.
Roger that.
Thank you.
What is this for? Huh? Why does he need me on the clinic upstairs? I sure hope I don't get killed. What the? Oh, I see. Sale? A sale? They still have a pulse?
Oh, yeah, no, she's healthy. She's just not really healthy. You know what I mean?
And they have their ears back. I'm gonna pick you up and put you on the table. Yeah. Suppose you got your wish fulfilled. Does there seem to be any obvious injuries other than the face?
Could be a little bit bruising around the eyes, side of the head. Looks like she may have banged her head when she was falling.
Right. Is it a actual injury state?
No.
Right. Does it seem like they have a concussion?
Can't really tell, but there's a lot of bruising.
Right.
I'm gonna hate my. I swear to God, if that's my work, I'm gonna kill it.
I'm going to fetch a stim and see if I can wake you up. See if this works. So, can you hear me? Your ears.
Yes. I contacted Austin and the message kind of read out to get it over with. I did. I got it over with.
What did you do?
I cut away a lot of it. I made it, yeah. I cut away the healed and I made it so there was enough that was gone to promote healing. I then applied regrowth stim. It brought back some, and then I repeated the process. By the time I got to the tip, I kind of blacked out. I asked someone to watch, but everyone was tied up.
Who did you ask?
I said fuck it. Went there, I was about to ask Adalia, but she was feeling under the weather, so I said it was fine for her to go home because she didn't look well, worse than I am.
Perfect.
My head hurts. Did I? I felt, didn't I?
You look like you've lost a decent bit of blood.
Lovely.
Right. Let's clean you up. Might have broken your glasses.
That's fantastic. Let's take them off.
But at least you got your wish, I suppose.
Arguably, I wish I didn't get it done because now my head hurts. A lot more than I already did.
Well, I imagine at least some of that regrowth stim probably helped heal you a bit when you hit the floor.
Oh, why is that a funny thought? Oh yeah, no, you're in the middle of healing yourself. Even though you fucking threw yourself against the floor, you're I'm sorry, I just laughed. Ah, yeah.
I'll be honest, you concern me sometimes, though.
I concern me. Like, you don't understand.
Let me fetch you some medication to take care of the headache. It is a lot to keep track of. Perhaps some ibuprofen. Here. Some pills and a glass of water. Does it take some getting used to hear things so well again?
Honestly, I can't tell. Everything's kind of swollen at the moment.
Right. That does make sense. It might take a day or so.
Thanks. That hurt. A lot.
I am honestly surprised that he said yes.
Well, it was more of he wanted me healed. Pretty much after the fact he cut them. He was actually taken aback that I wasn't healed as fast as he liked. I don't know what thought I would have be healed as fast as he thought, but how he worded the message when I messaged him, he said, I'm too busy to, as I kind of asked you if he'd want to supervise that. He said, no, too busy, get it over with. If I have to hassle him, then I'm more than likely going to have to deal with repercussions. He didn't really go into elaboration, but I can imagine what. Nonetheless, he just said to be, what was the word? Attentive enough to continue duties.
Right.
I think that was the wordage.
Thank you, drop this as
Medical supplies, yeah. I figured, in case he didn't want me using clinic stuff, that's why it kind of was delayed. I went around, Inner City and collected, medical supplies. So I could... did.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Honestly, I kind of foolproof it too, because I was forcibly making the stim do all the work, so I couldn't have botched it. Couldn't have. No, that's incorrect, because if I had, let's say, the scalpel still in my ear, I would have had it stuck in my ear.
Very true. Though I don't think it would have hurt if you were sitting down when you did this.
I was sitting at the edge right here. That's probably why I said how so.
That's not exactly the most secure seat.
Look, I thought I would fall backwards, not forward.
Well, hopefully we've learned from our mistakes.
Yeah. The painkillers are working, that's good.
Very good indeed. That bruising is probably going to persist for a day or so. We could try giving you something to accelerate the healing. It, looks like you have 2 black eyes.
That might have been because the glasses. Great.
Most likely.
How did I break them to begin with?
You're lucky none of the glass shards went in your eyes.
Just build the character, you know?
There's something else, you know that? There's ways of building character, and then there's ways of building character wrong. Right. Let's get you down to the lobby.
Okay. I probably should pick that up.
Gently.
I haven't lost my balance, totally. I still have my tail. I think. Yeah.
I really should make an updated version of this model so that it doesn't do this gliding thing when you walk slowly. It's a 2.0 model thing, I think.
Oh, this is used. I'll toss this away.
We can always recycle it.
These I can use later. And would you like me to leave it on the table over here?
Whatever you feel like. Don't worry about it. Would you like me to get you anything? Maybe a juice box?
blood sugar is not the problem.
Well,
Well,
I
water
would
bottle
offer you
could
some
help.
alcohol, but that's
I
not
just
best
had
with
some.
ibuprofen.
Honestly, I'm not sure how my body would react to alcohol.
Let's not find out.
That's worth an experiment, though.
Agent Odalia, I can keep an eye on the main walkway here if you need to go inside of any of the buildings.
Understood. I can only have access to so many at this time. Schmitzu's checking theirs. I'll be checking ours in a moment, and Frost is going to go check the soccer, I believe. As for the other corporations, we won't know at this time. Please keep an eye, and honestly, if you can see any figures making movement, please let us know immediately.
Is there a situation I should be aware of?
Corporate docks look like they were hit by a explosion of sort. The Red Garden entrance has been completely blown open.
Noted. I'll be there shortly.
I will wait for you before breaching into the office.
I didn't realize how loud the radio was.
It is very loud. I'm going to grab some extra firepower before I make my way over. It seems that there's been another bombing at the corporate docks. You needn't worry about it.
Iowa.
There seems to have been another bombing at the corporate docks. I'll be looking into it.
Bombing.
Indeed. Seems the Red Garden Gate is completely blown open. I'm going to look into the situation with Miss O'Donnell.
Oh.
Stay on alert. If you need to, shut the door.
I'll be alert as I can.
This one? Yeah, follow me.
I haven't done a walkthrough yet of our corporation. The damage is this way. It's just mainly the explosion. Seems as if Shometsu and Masaru have no issues as of so far.
Roger that. You go ahead and double check our location. I want to make sure we don't have anyone in there.
Yes, I will double check.
Make sure you run a diagnostic as well, Miss O'Donnell. Make sure nothing's been tampered with.
Understood. I'll follow through with all protocols and double check everything to make sure nothing has been messed with.
Yeah, it looks like somebody planted like
Us as well as the Shimizu representatives have made their way back out of the southern gate.
and that's it. You know,
So far, the landing seems clear for the time being.
This is the only place of damage.
Singular act of terrorism. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's what it seems like. It seems like somebody just wanted to blow up this fucking gate, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, fuck. Like somebody threw a fucking pipe bomb at it and was like, fuck you, and then just ran.
So does it seem like just like the field is down and like it's a little warped?
Yeah, it's probably the field's down. It's probably gonna take a night to fix, but that's about it. It's just gotta
We've run
replace
diagnostics.
some of the
Everything
sensors.
is
And,
within
it'll be fine.
the correct
Roger that.
parameters. No issues so far.
Thank you very much, Miss O'Donnell.
No security. Door was never unlocked. Nothing of the sort. So it seems like just this. I could take samples, and I think that Miss Duskweaver should as well, to try and identify what type of explosive this was. Whether it was something where someone got a hold of higher grade, or if it was makeshift, and that could potentially dwindle.
Absolutely. Go ahead and start looking. Though, with the location that this was inflicted, this will turn into a union matter.
Yes, it will. It unfortunately took out the turrets as well as the camera, so unless it has a backup reserve, I need to go to Union for it. For them to go to this camera and check and see if it logged anything before its destruction.
I'd like you to take a note that tomorrow we need to check in with Union to see if there are any updates on the case.
Understood. I'll submit what I can on evidence as well as take video of damages.
Thank you very much. Hello, Frost.
Current idea. Sorry.
Go for it.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say my current idea is they were in the docks for some reason. I feel like they blasted it out to escape because otherwise we would have seen them in here having broken in. So they blasted the gates, destroyed the cameras to get out that way. Then there's an elevator around there that they probably used to go back down. And they got back into the row that way.
That could well be the case.
Unfortunately, there's no real way to...
There is also the theory that it was simply someone looking to do some vandalism.
Do some damage, yeah.
Could just be a dissident that got too drunk and wanted to throw something back at the corporations.
Potentially.
Otherwise, why wouldn't they tamper
Doesn't
with
make this any
anything
less
inside?
concerning.
Did we have the vehicles checked for any
Maybe
car
there was-
bombs?
I have not done that yet. That's a good point. I was about to say if there's nothing inside and what's outside, and there's the cars, there's potentially people. I don't like.
No evidence as far as down in the low levels. At least nothing that was discernible.
Right.
No magic either.
My current working thought is that it was simply someone who was looking to do a little arson. But, as I mentioned to Frost, we should check the cars for IEDs.
Agreed. Mayhaps we might be able to get some of the camera footage beforehand if we try to acquiesce that.
Indeed. But because of the location, this is a union matter now, so we'll have to check in with their investigation.
Union.
Indeed.
They'll actually get results.
Hopefully, their camera caught something before it was busted.
As gracious as it was to watch, Agent Adalia did leap from the very high point up here into the arena. I'm not sure if she's stable.
Could you fly down and check on her, please, Miss Winter?
Will do.
Thank you very much. Oh dear, oh dear. At least looks like it should be fixed by the morning.
It doesn't help that anytime I try to detect magic, I keep getting most of it from down here.
Have you tried narrowing your search?
Oh yeah, the Undercity.
I mean, I tried over there, back where we thought that they might have jumped down, but still, it's bleeding in from the Undercity. So nothing. If there was something, I would have, it'd be way more noticeable than just the residue from the Undercity.
Right. Hopefully Union keeps some guards on station for the night at least.
Happened. What if this was some sort of distraction attempt? Get a bunch of people here with an act of terrorism of sorts to lower security in other places.
That's a very good point.
But where would... Where would
I'm
they
going to
go?
check up on the clinic.
Unknown.
Agent Sloan, by the grace of any god that may exist in this world, she seems to have only suffered minor injuries.
Well, that's good to hear. Miss Sale, are you still on this line?
This is your 5-minute warning. Since we started a little late, we're gonna give it another 5 minutes.
I'm losing it. I have to be.
Evening.
Would you be able to authorize usage of her decking to disable a feature of her apartment?
I just want to sleep at home.
Which feature of the apartment?
I have it set to jam any outgoing or incoming signals, and it will affect the eye.
I think that would be very prudent.
Right, so if you can give me 5 minutes until she goes...
Mr. Sloan,
One moment.
I have successfully investigated those in the arena. This is no cause for alarm. There were no issues nor broken bones. The previous report, stating such, didn't happen.
I don't think there was a report of broken bones, but noted nonetheless. Thank you.
I don't have a phone.
Right.
She is extremely drunk.
Noted. I'll accompany you to the space to make sure it's done properly, and then you'll be able to continue on your way.
Thank you.
Miss Sale, do keep an eye out. There was a good point brought up that the events at the dock could be a distraction for something else happening. Greetings.
I am A-okay.
Very good to hear.
You sure about that? Are you guys having a sleepover?
I'm genuinely surprised.
You know what? Fuck it, sure.
I'm
Sleepover.
overseeing
I've never been
them
to one.
disabling
I didn't
a
have friends.
communication jammer. I'm right here.
I have it set up where it's not a physical system, so...
You have Steam on there.
Of course I do. I'm kinda actually pissed I can't open it, usually. Fucker disabled my entire HUD. I can't even play games.
You'll have to miss your dailies and rivals.
I know, right? Fucker. I can't even play Wilds. And it's off. Or at least disabled for Avalon devices.
Very good. Is there anything else in the apartment that I should be aware of?
No.
You're certain?
in charge of my stuff. I don't really keep anything in my apartment usually. That I do try to keep to a standard.
Very good.
Hello!
Don't go slapping yourself.
Did you just hit yourself?
She's
I should
still
have
very
been on
drunk.
call while drunk. I may have had a lot of alcohol because I thought we were done for today, and I didn't take the medication because I didn't have any spare on me. I don't usually drink. I apologize. I'll go for correctional.
I'm gonna go attempt to sleep despite the pain I'm in.
Why can't you be my correctional? That is what flirting is, correct?
You do what you want.
Oh my god.
I won't keep occupying your space.
Oh my goodness.
You don't want to sleep over, Mr. Sloan?
I'm afraid
Want
that
to be
I
a
have
part of
work.
Girls' night?
Yeah, it could be one of the girls. We'll braid your hair.
Could be one of the girls. I want to braid. I want to learn to braid. I have never learned this braid.
You can attempt.
My hair's locked in that position if it's braided.
Oh, your hair's really short to braid, though. We could try something. Baby
If you
braid.
want to learn how to braid, I can
Oh.
put a ponytail on.
I guess we're staying at girls' night. Woo! Whoa.
I feel nothing. I feel nothing. Except for pain. Anyways, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Thank you.
Yippies.
Thank you for coming back. Thank you. Hope you guys all had fun. We had a lot going on tonight. Put that away. I will crumple you into a box smaller than a piece of carbon 12. Thank you guys for all playing as usual. We might need to make a slight change to the upcoming rotation again. So I know we talked about this next, but you know we might need to do Wasteland and Undercity again, just because of certain players that are going to be on the council and stuff like that. But we'll keep you guys posted on what's going on. Okay. But other than that, thank you for playing, thank you for joining, thanks for all the new people for showing up.
Thank you, GMs and NPCs. Alrighty. Yep. We were that was I forget if that was the second or third raid at that point, but we were ready on a dime. When you see a stinking Beowulf pop through the door, you don't have to tell me twice to start running. Oh boy. That was a while ago. Oh, goodness. Feels good to sit down. Oh, but that was a really good session. It went by so quick. Although that was also because I missed the first hour of session. And apologies about that again. I should be fully on time for Monday's session. But, yeah, that was a lot of fun stuff. We got a visit from the doctor, and a lot of fun inner corp RP. I love being able to interact with all the other Avalon thieves. Number 17. Was that really that? Wow. Episode 17. Goodness. Over 3 seasons ago. Man. So yeah, for the rest of the week, I'll of course be back again on Monday for the next episode of Wardens, where things are getting very spicy. We have some people that might be onto us going on there, so we shall see. And then, of course, we'll be back again next Saturday as well for the next episode of Neon Divide Alternative. And like they said, it might be a Wasteland session, it sounds like, instead of the Undercity. So, excuse me.
How was your session, homie?
It was fun. Very enjoyable.
That's good.
What about you?
You know, I think my most fun was being the Revenants. Delivering those organs.
Yeah, that was quite the surprise.
Yeah.
Interesting developments.
Yeah, they're not bad guys. I know they can work with people.
Just repo a few organs, you know.
Yeah.
You didn't need that kidney anyway.
If you're not in debt, you're fine. Yeah, exactly. Just don't get in debt and you'll be fine.
I now love that they have the dichotomy of, we'll rip out your organs and sell them back, and then also, we're the Revenants.
We're the Revenants. It's only the lower guys that are like so hyped up about the name. These guys don't give a shit. They're like, yeah, we're the Revenants. We're just here for business.
Ah, very interesting.
You know. Yeah. These guys are fucking hyped. They're so fucking excited.
The pseudo biker gang looking guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wrote up a whole thing for them. These guys, the only way they get paid is on merit. They have to actually like do shit. But the normal soldier guy here, the sentinel, they get like a wage. They don't have to, but you know.
Good old corporate business.
Hell yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear. Give me just a second, gonna wrap up stream.
Yeah, you're good.
Alrighty. So yeah, like I said, I'll see you again on Monday, and of course Saturday as well. I think that's pretty much it for announcements. So, all in all, very fun session. So, with all that being said, thank you once again so much for being here. Ooh, my cord's stuck. It's also good to see you, Shen. It's always nice to see you chatting away. So, with that, have a wonderful night. I'll see you again very, very soon. And hope you have a wonderful rest of your few days until I see you again. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.